Hello, everyone, and welcome into FFAN Grindhouse. This is the Grindhouse Start or Sit show. I am Aaron St Denis. Follow me everywhere at FF Mad Scientist. That's Greg Cramer. Pointed the right way. We're off to a solid start. Follow him at Hype FFL. We are here to answer all your week four. Week four already. Jeez, I see the notifications coming up.
Crazy.
ACM active, but yeah, week four. I can't believe it. Feels like we were in rookie mode for 9 years, and now all of a sudden we're going. How'd you do this morning? You got anyone in? Is that official? Is that game over? The Pittsburgh Minnesota game? I had some show prep and I kind of turned it off at halftime.
No, it's still going. There's not much time left, but yeah, it's. I didn't really have any skin in this game. I've got Jetta in a couple leagues, but that's about it. So outside of that, I didn't really have anything going on. DK Metcalf,
Greg,
great.
I've got the greatest news I've ever seen.
We are live.
We're live. We hit live and it went live this week. This is the third time we and him have tried to go live, and we've had technical difficulties twice in a row. Live. It is 24-6 Pittsburgh over Minnesota. Yeah. I was all in. I hit a ton of shares. Started this week of DK and last minute getting Caleb Johnson into my lineup. I was happy at halftime when I turned that off. And so at halftime, I was also happy. I think I left Addison on my bench. Let's see if the second half, if he made me regret that. It doesn't really look like it.
No, I didn't see him get much. So they've been – I don't know what the Vikings are doing. Like, they threw the ball a lot to Jetta at the first half for sure, or in the first, period. But they keep running the ball with Scott. I can't think of his first name. And not throwing the ball to Addison and Jetta and Thielen and Hawkinson. And I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, maybe they just don't want Wentz throwing the ball a lot, but he's done it before. You have the receiver talent for it. Why not do that?
He has thrown it 24 times for 215 yards. He's also thrown no touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yes.
Mason looks like he's doing all right. He's got 14 carries for 52 yards, 3.7 per carry. So he hasn't been awful. But Jefferson, 9 for 115. Oh, Lord.
The first day, this first big week so far this year, outside of he had a score in week 1 or 2, but that's it.
So DK 5 for 126 and a touchdown. That's great.
Yeah.
Caleb Johnson looks like he's going to save me because he scored. He scored, didn't he?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't. Damn it. I thought I was happy he started. I started him. It wasn't him. I seen a running back. It's Gainwell. I was just going to say Gainwell's getting all the carries and all the yards. Good thing Caleb scored. Caleb did not score. Gainwell is the bane of my existence. 11 for 57 and 2 touchdowns for Gainwell. I guess we know who's going to be on the cover of all the waiver wire articles if Jalen Warren misses any time here.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be him.
This is painful.
I know. It is. But hey, it's Caleb Johnson came with some red flags. And it's clear to see that maybe he's having trouble translating into the NFL. But I think he still has time to get it right. Just a weird slow start.
Trying to bring up the most recent inactive tracker here. I like the ones that are right up to date. So let's scroll through some of these games. I'm not sure how this is on CBS Sports, so I'm not sure how they lined up or have it lined up. But so what do we got here? Bills and Saints. Devin Neal's inactive. No, nothing there. Trey Palmer. Oh, those are the Saints inactives. Yeah. They have this. They have them tweeted out by beat writer. I guess that's how that's going. So that was the Saints inactives. So nothing of fantasy relevance. Pardon?
No, I just said, yeah.
I didn't hear what you
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Chase Young out if you're an IDP guy. Let's see. We got Panthers inactives, Jimmy Horn, Xavier Legette, Jatavian Sanders. So absolutely no weapons left for Bryce Young. I mean, we've got Teteroa McMillan, but
yeah, Ted's in there and Hunter Renfro. Don't forget about White Chocolate.
Do they get what's his name? Do they get Coker back? Not till next week, right?
Not till next week. Yeah.
Linebacker for them, DJ Wanham is out if you're on IDP. Titans have no surprise inactives. I'm looking through it. It's all Bryce
No
Hall.
one really surprised. The Giants have no Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, Giants no Tyrone Tracy. Jameis Winston inactive. Chargers, Darius Davis, Will Disley. Once again, nothing. They do not have this organized very well. Falcons, AJ Terrell, most of theirs were on defense. So
Yeah.
Commanders is a scary looking. That's a scary list. No Jaden Daniels, no Terry McLaurin, no Noah Brown, no John Bates. That's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, that's a lot of weak links today.
The Browns, Shitter Sanders is inactive. Rocket Sanders is inactive.
Yeah, mostly D.
Jack Conklin, the tackle's out. Lions, they have Sion Vacky's inactive. And some defensive
we got a question. All right. My buddy Reed. New England defense versus Carolina or Houston's defense? Who's Houston's playing the Titans? I think you gotta go. Man, this one's tough. The New England
I have Houston at 1 overall and New England at 10.
Yeah, because I was just about to say New England's like actually really bad against the pass this year so far. They haven't allowed a ton of scores, but they've allowed like the most yards. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Houston's D for sure. They should.
Cam Ward
hard today.
is turning the ball over, and he's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's the offense. They have like the Titans' defense is actually not terrible. They just they're having a tough time with offense right now. So yeah, new or Houston defense for sure.
Do I have this again where it's
thanks, Richard?
It's going behind forward overlay. I do. There we go. Yes, so I think it's an easy Houston. Like I said, I have Houston DST at 1, and I have New England at 10. New England's a start, but not over Houston.
Yeah.
Back to some inactives. The Bucks. Chris Godwin is active. That's a good start. Mike Evans inactive. Nothing else of note. Patriots we were just talking about. Efton Chisholm, the guy, he was my rookie dart throw all off season.
And he looked awesome. But they just keep healthy scratching him, which I get. But
he looked awesome against defenders who are now bagging groceries. So
yeah,
there's that.
That is true.
Bills inactives, mostly defense. Landon Jackson, Ed Oliver, Matt Milano. So the Saints might actually have a chance to put up some points here because the Bills are banged up, but they're still going to get destroyed. Texans inactives, nothing of note really. Damian Pierce,
Pierce a little, yeah.
Eagles, we've got Sam Howell inactive. That was I had, and this is gonna sound stupid, but his rookie season, the 1 year where he had maybe 10 good games with Washington, where he finished as like QB4 for fantasy.
Yeah,
I said he was dollar store version of Josh Allen, and I loved him, but he just turns the ball over too much. I really wish he would have gotten another chance to be a starter because I think he's better than some of the guys that are actually starting this week. But I get it.
What was it? Was it a sophomore year he got to play? I think it was. He played like for Washington. He played like he actually played hard and he played pretty well. He just had like some turnover issues. But dude, it was his first year playing. Like I think he was written off a little too soon. I wish that the Vikings hadn't gotten rid of him because I think he'd be starting right now and we'd get to see some action out of him. But you never know. I mean, if he's got a good team around him in Philly, if for some reason he happens to get some play time, if Hurts gets hurt, because he does usually miss a couple games a year, then maybe we can see what he's still got. But I totally agree. I think that was a good take on Sam Howell.
You watching this game at all? I don't have the game on at current time. I get a little ADHD and I can't focus on our stream. I see Calvin Austin has been taken out in an ambulance with his shoulder in a sling. Any idea what happened? I didn't see it.
I saw the play. It didn't look so. It happened like just before I came in here to get ready for this. So it went to commercial when he got hurt. I saw the play and it didn't look major. I didn't get to see a replay of it.
He left in an ambulance. So.
Yeah. It just looked like a normal tackle, but maybe the way he went down was not good, which sucks. Calvin Austin's a good kid, and I follow him on TikTok and watch a lot of his stuff, and he's funny, and I root for him. It sucks that he's hurt.
DK Metcalf is single-handedly saving my season in my family league. We have a running joke where I'm the supposed expert against 9 other people who are just family members and they largely don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
In like 7 years of this league, I've never played in the championship. And last year, it's like a running joke. It seems to happen every year. I start 0-5 or 0-6.
Wow.
And I'm the second highest scoring team every week, and I face the highest scoring team, and it's it's a running joke. And right now I'm actually 1-2, but DK Metcalf might actually get me back to 500 here. But
Nice.
it's one of those, it's a running joke at how I can't seem to win my family league full of just people who don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Who rely on me to set their lineups. Need 2 for the flex. Jacoby Myers, Scadaboo, Genty, Devonta Smith. Is it weird that I have Genty like third here?
Yeah, I mean, and Devonta Smith, it's so hard to trust that Eagles pass offense right now. I play him in a couple leagues because my hand is forced, but I need to. I mean, I'm putting Scadaboo in there. That's my dog, and man, I think I'm giving Jacoby the edge. The Chicago defense is god awful against the pass game, so yeah, give me Jacoby and Scadaboo for those two.
Oh,
Janty is going to do his thing. It's going to happen, but I think we've still got a few weeks to wait. So Scatty and Myers are my two.
In the end, I think I'm going to take Genty over Scadaboo. And it's not a case of, see, it's easier for you to go Scadaboo because you're a Scadaboo guy. I never liked him.
Yeah.
I think I still believe in Genty more. The matchup, it's the 5th best for Genty. It's the 3rd worst for Scadaboo. Let me check out some of the other matchups here. It's a really, really good 4th best matchup for Jacoby Myers. Who's the 4th player? I forget. Oh, Devonta Smith.
I mean, Scadaboo had a really, really terrible match last week, and he did pretty good. But I get Jackson Dart's first start could make it tough.
I don't want to say both Eagles, though. Oh. Or both Eagles. Sorry, I'm looking at the Eagles matchup. I don't want to say both Raiders here. I feel like I'm going to say the 2 running backs. I think I have it ranked Genty, Myers, Scadaboo.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go 2 Raiders. I also feel like it could be another Trey Tucker week. So my answer is Genty, Scadaboo.
Trey Tucker is definitely going to get another bomb.
No, he's not, because I started him this week in a few leagues, so this is the week he's going to suck. So
that's exactly
Kobe Myers week. So.
Yeah, so we're shutting down Tucker. No, the Bears are 30th worst against deep passes, so Tucker's going to get he'll get one. He'll get one for sure. Gino wants to push the ball down the field. It's going to happen. I got a question on. They just replied to it on Twitter instead of coming to the YouTube, which is fine for our tweet. But he said AJ Brown or Travion Henderson in half PPR. What do you think?
That's a tough one. AJ Brown or Travion Henderson. So it's not a particularly good matchup for AJ. I have no evidence. This is the equivalent of saying he's that dog or I have a gut. I just feel like it's breakout week for Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
It is a mediocre matchup.
Yeah.
AJ Brown though, right?
I feel like, it's one of those situations where, look, Henderson might burn you on the bench, but until he does it, we have to go with the guy who has, and AJ Brown is the guy who has, and he just did this week. So give it to AJ Brown for right now. Like Ramondre Stevenson in the first week, I was on Tyler's show from the forum show, and I said Ramondre Stevenson is going to be a thorn in Henderson's side no matter what happened. He's going to be, he knows the offense, he is a good back. He just has some fumble issues. He's going to be in there playing more than people like for Hendo. And if Hendo might be able to take work down the line later in the season, but right now Stevenson's a problem for Henderson. So give me AJ Brown, and I'd rather take the shot at Brown right now than Travion Henderson.
Yeah. My heart says Travion, but my head says AJ Brown, and I'm not the AJ Brown guy. I do everything I can to not draft AJ Brown. He's hurt me one too many times. I can't go back to the well here, but AJ Brown's got to be the safe play. I know these two teams are pretty solid all around, Tampa and Philly, but I don't think they're going to completely shut each other out. And at some point, it may just turn into a track meet, and you might see some points.
Yeah, it's the same. I'm also saying it from a low on AJ Brown point too. And liking Henderson. It's just the way the year's played out so far. Yeah, I need to see more before I'm feeling good about starting him over someone like Brown.
Oh, I had one that my cousin messaged me earlier on Facebook. So we're a little desperate. I help him with a keeper league team. We won it last year, but the problem is when you're a contender, the next year in this league, you have 5 teams who have all the picks because they just punted. So
Yeah.
we're only missing one of our picks, but there's some stacked teams, so we're not off to a great start. We had Goff and Fields as quarterbacks. I told him to add Geno. Who are you starting in? Just I think it's 6 point per passing, but his options were Goff, Geno. Who did I say? Fields. I told him Geno for me, but
Goff, Geno, and Fields. So this is tough. All three of them can get 30. Like with the matchup for Geno, Jared Goff just some games the touchdowns or passes instead of runs, and Justin Fields can run for 2 and 70 yards and throw for another one. In my home league, my main league, I did start Fields over Geno. I picked up Geno just in case Fields wasn't going to play, but he's cleared.
Yeah.
And I'm starting Fields. So to me, I have to say Fields. There's too much potential for Fields in this matchup. Like he's going up against a not great defense. This is what's going to happen. Like he'll get you like 25 points this week. So go with Fields. But if you play Geno, it probably won't be far off.
I told him Geno. I have in my rankings, actually, where the hell are they? I have Fields at 9, Geno at 10, Goff at 19. So my answer too is technically Justin Fields, but I told him Geno. I love this matchup. And I think this one could be a shootout. Vegas and Chicago, because neither team plays defense.
Right.
Justin Fields. We've already had we flip flop through 2 or 3 weeks here where it was Goff, then Fields, then Goff, then we can't seem to pick the right one. So I said, screw it. Let's just go with Geno and hope we hit.
yeah, that's a good strategy. And I'm not the most comfortable sitting Geno this week, but I'm just trying to go with like the better, like what feels like a better ceiling for the day. So yeah, I'm going with Fields.
What are we doing? And I only thought of it because I like to update my rankings a few times. I'm going to do it one more time about 5 minutes before kickoff on fantasy.
Oh.
So I put mine in and I got the notification that I am at least 15 to 20 points lower than consensus on JCM and Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols. What are your thoughts here on the Washington running backs? Because apparently I'm way low on them. I don't want anything to do with them.
Me either. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Rodriguez have a huge run and it got called back, or it was like his one big run?
I don't remember. I just remember Nichols. Most of his production was on one big 78-yard play.
Okay, so that's what I'm thinking of.
Yard play.
Rodriguez. Okay, yeah. I think Rodriguez is definitely one of those players again who will be a thorn in JCM's side, one way or the other. I feel like you can't trust any of them. It's so hard. I get people going for JCM and playing him this week. I think you just go him because he is their technically their RB1. So I think just if you have to choose between the three, you have to play Bill. But yeah, I have 0 shares, I think, of all of them. So I'm literally playing none of them in any situation.
I have 0 shares of JCM because it seemed like the rookie hype got too high and the price was too high by the time I was at all interested. I have some Rodriguez and some McNichols. I like to always, when there's a backfield injury, I like to stash the guys that no one wants because this is the NFL and that's what they do.
Yes.
With San Francisco, how many times was it, Raheem Mostert's going to be the starter this week. No, we're kidding. It was Jordan James or Elijah Mitchell or no. It's some other guy you never heard of. Well, even today, everybody go out and get Caleb Johnson. Nah, we're just kidding. It's Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, and I was on the Gainwell side for sure. They've already been playing him a bit, and with Warren. But yeah, that's this is what happens. Someone gets hurt. The new hotness, the rookie is like, oh, everybody play him, and well, he hasn't really shown flashes yet. Why?
Got a lot of questions from people on this Cleveland-Detroit game because both teams look pretty solid. Cleveland might be the best defense. Detroit's a solid defense. Cleveland sucks on offense, but I don't know. I feel like on Detroit, Goff is a borderline, like he's a QB2. I'm starting both running backs on Detroit. I'm starting St. Brown and I'm starting Laporta. I am sitting JMO unless I have to. The Browns are like notorious man coverage at an insane rate, and JMO is too boom or bust and struggles against man. So I feel like the Lions are easy. Start everyone, bench JMO if you can, bench Goff if you can, and then on Cleveland it's Flacco. I kind of find him a step maybe just below Goff, and then I'm starting Judkins if I have him. I have a ton of Judy and Tillman and Njoku and Fannin. The Cleveland Browns were one of my teams where I have a lot, or one of the teams where I have a lot of them because I thought they were way undervalued with Flacco at quarterback. Having said that, I feel like they're still undervalued. But the problem is they're guys where every week I'm like, I don't think I can get, like, they look nice on my bench. I just don't think they look nice enough to get them into my lineup. So what do you think on the players in this game?
I'm agree with you for the most part. Like, you're definitely playing Judkins. I think Fannon's a great play. Detroit has let up a lot of points to tight ends, so I think Fannon's a really good play this week. And as for the offense of the Lions, I mean, yeah, it's a crapshoot outside of your few lock-ins like Gibbs and Alvin-Ra. You never really know. JMO's either scoring 25 or like 6. David Montgomery is kind of the same now. You're either scoring nothing or he's having a nuke of a game. And I think a lot of people are going to be riding last week's high with him. And I honestly think you sit Montgomery this week. That Cleveland defense is crazy, and there's going to be a lot more passing to like Gibbs. And Montgomery's not a good play in my opinion this week.
I could get behind that. There's some ugly matchups out here.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, he cleared up the question. It wasn't AJ Brown, it was Chase Brown or Henderson. So between those two, who do you start? That changes it for me. I think you take a better shot on Henderson because Chase Brown has just been plain awful. At least Henderson can like hit a home run. Chase Brown.
Bengals. It's a good matchup for the Bengals. So Chase Brown has a better matchup, but I feel like that one could be really low scoring. I feel like Carolina's going to give up some. Let me check my rankings here. What do we got? Chase Brown and I'm drawing a blank on the other name.
Travion Henderson.
Thank you. 23 for Chase Brown, Travion Henderson 25. So my rankings say it's Chase Brown. I also felt like this could be Travion Henderson breakout week, and they're starting to shift towards him in the usage. I personally would play Travion Henderson. I rank it the opposite way. If you want to rank median outcome, I have it Chase Brown over Travion Henderson. If you want to rank it for the ceiling output, I have swing for the fences Travion Henderson.
Totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. I think that's the perfect way to put it. And sort of what I was trying to say is like Henderson can hit a home run. Chase Brown's been terribly inefficient. That offense is struggling without Joe Burrow there. So Chase Brown's not somebody I love at all. I have 0 shares of him this year too, so I'm glad I stayed away.
I'm scrolling through some lineups here with some of the ugliest wide receiver situations. Like, I've got Chris Olave in my lineup, and it feels gross. That bench has Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, T. Higgins, and Rashid Shaheed on the bench.
Wow.
How gross does that feel, though? Like, I look through it, and I'm like, I can't play Olave. I got to play T. Higgins. I got to play Godwin. I left Olave in. He's going to 8 catch for 50 yards me, and it's PPR, so I don't trust Godwin. I don't trust any receiver first game back after a lengthy absence. That's why I didn't start Addison today. Jerry Jeudy, the Browns, who the hell knows what they do against the Lions. Rashid Shaheed, if I'm going to start a Saint, I might as well start the first one. T. Higgins was the easy choice. Denver, and they suck.
Yeah, I mean, the only hope you have for Higgins is Surtain's going to be shadowing Chase, so you might get some open shots for Higgins, and he ain't afraid to throw that thing. So you might get that. He's kind of the last question we did, the Henderson. He's kind of that like ceiling, like the ceiling play, could hit a home run. He could get a big touchdown, big game. But you were saying who started Olave. I mean, Olave is averaging 13 targets a game. I mean, it's
how about this?
No.
My two flex players right now are Montgomery and Javonte Williams. Can you get any of Godwin, Judy, Higgins, or Rashid in over either of them? I know you said you're low on Montgomery this week. Would you take either of those guys out for any of the 4 receivers? Welcome to hell. This is one of the lineups I have where I have my bench looks better than most teams' starting rosters. I just can't. I have 8 players all in 10 spots apart. It's a nightmare. I feel really proud of how well I drafted, but at the same time, it's like these guys, I can't get any of them in here.
It's so funny that you say that because that's the problem I'm having in my home league is I actually drafted a very well-rounded team, so it's so hard to decide on who to play.
Yeah, you're going to make the wrong choice every week.
But. Every week there's going to be a wrong choice. Javonte Williams is one of the choices I have to make, and George Pickens, and I sat them both going up against Green Bay. Until like last week was the first week a running back did anything against Green Bay, and it was Quinshon Judkins. So like Williams has hope. But let's see. So
could you get Godwin, Judy, Higgins, or Rashid Shaheed in over Monty or Javonte?
Like Higgins feels okay. I think if I'm in that situation, I think I'm just I'm taking my chance on Higgins over the other two, over Higgins or Montgomery and Javonte Williams, because what I was just saying with Surtain and Chase, like there's just a chance that Higgins has a big game, and I think I'm going to play for that potential over hoping that Williams has like a smash game against one of the best running defenses in the league, or Montgomery has repeats against the Browns.
I think I'm going to put Higgins in over Javonte, and I'm going to leave Montgomery in because Montgomery feels like a guarantee. Like I feel like every week both Detroit running backs score a touchdown and they're not going to hurt me. So
yeah, and Montgomery, like that's the thing is all it takes is the Lions to have a good drive, get down in the 5, and Montgomery's probably going to get you a touchdown. So it's like that's a cycle of literal yes, literal hell. That is a tough call, but Higgins is the ceiling. Is again, like we said earlier, he's the ceiling play to me. So take your chance,
My God, I have another lineup here. I'm scrolling through to help with some of mine because like these are the stupidest. I have one where I'm starting Wandell, and again, who do I have on my bench? Jerry Jeudy, Rashid Shaheed, Ramondre Stevenson. So you tell me which guys were my guys all off season because they're the same guys I have on my bench in every damn question.
Yeah.
So I see can you bench Wandell for Ramondre, Jeudy, Shaheed, or Keon Coleman?
Oh, Keon. Probably not, because Wandale's a PPR monster. He's going, and Jackson, in my opinion, I don't have a lot of data to back it up, but in my opinion, the way I see it, I do think that Dart is going to need to get some of those short, quick passes to kind of get his flow going, and Wandale Robinson's going to eat that up. So I feel like Wandale's going to go for like 9 catches and 62 yards today with a potential touchdown, but it's probably better than the other guys turn out. The thing with Shaheed, bro, Shaheed is one of my boys. He's one of my dogs, and if he had Derek Carr, he'd probably be better. But Shaheed can in an instant get like a 30-point game, so you never really know. But yeah,
I never realized my ownership on some of these players till I scroll through them on a show here. Like I'm in my 3rd consecutive league. I have JMO, I have Wandell, I have Judy, Mooney, Stevenson, Rashid Shaheed, David. I have the same players across like 19 different leagues.
Yeah, dude. Hey, you stuck to your guns. You drafted.
I really liked my guys. I really got my guys. I'm not gonna lie.
I got a lot of Calvin Ridley. He was my guy.
I have no Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Justin Fields, Calvin Ridley, Alvin Kamara, and Mark Andrews were my guys for like the 4 main positions. So
I have 0 of any of them. Oh wait, never. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm right. I have none of them. None of them. I also have a lot of Cooper Kupp and Luther Burden. They were lower. I had a lot of Jerome Ford, a lot of Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah.
I have a lot. Like there's other guys that I have a lot of, but like I have a ton of CMC, but they're guys where I'm not asking you questions because they're in my lineups.
You know what's crazy?
CMC, a ton of Achan.
Oh yeah. Achan's. I got a bit of him. He's a good buy in the 2nd round. I mean, why not?
An insane amount of Jake Ferguson or Sam Laporta. I have it.
Fergie.
for Ferguson, 4 for Laporta, but that doesn't sound crazy.
No, Ferguson I like better because that's the one thing that Green Bay does give up, and it's tight end points. So
Well,
I
it's the
think,
one thing Dak's always done, throw
yeah,
his tight ends.
yeah, Dak's going to lean on him a bit in this game for sure. So I think Ferguson's a good play this week.
Oops, Steelers defense sitting on the bench putting up 20 points. That's lovely.
I played Seattle, so that was good.
Oh,
Got a
nice.
lot of Seattle, yeah.
I couldn't play Pittsburgh. I thought Minnesota would be the better team. I was wrong, but
Well, yeah, you might have been because I mean, obviously showing now, but the offense didn't do it a lot for Minnesota last week. It was barely the offense; it was all defense. So but who was playing the Pittsburgh defense this week? Nobody was doing that.
no, I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm sure like there's people out there, but
I played him in leagues where I couldn't drop them, or there was no one to pick up. QB2, Daniel Jones or Dak Prescott?
QB2, Daniel Jones or Dak Prescott?
I have Dak higher, I think, but as of now, I have let's see, Daniel. No, I don't. I have Daniel Jones at 17, Dak at 25. I'm really low on Dak in this matchup.
It's the Packers. I would say, yeah, I think I'm starting Jones this week.
That's terrifying.
Oh, we got a Oski Wow Wow. What's going on? Zach Ertz or Travis Kelce with today's matchups? Travis Kelce.
Let me look. I'll see.
Travis Kelce against the Ravens. It's a big game. What happens in big games? Mahomes features Kelce. I'm taking Kelce. Ertz, as if he doesn't get a touchdown from Daniels, isn't worth a lot. Trust me, I know as someone who went and got him and has done nothing since. So, Travis Kelce.
I have Kelce at 9 in the 5th best matchup. I have Ertz right after him at 10 in where the hell is he? I can't find him on my matchup chart. In the 2nd worst matchup. So yeah, I get even that with AJ Terrell out, I don't think the Falcons are that bad a matchup. But you also have to factor in there's no Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota is more likely, I think, to run. I guess you could say that about Jaden. Yeah, it's Travis Kelce for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make an argument of why it wouldn't be, but it is. It's Travis Kelce for me.
Yeah, it's got to be Kelce. It's just a big game. He's going to get thrown to a lot. So it's Kelce for me. Thank you for the question, Oski. I appreciate it.
Jacksonville, San Francisco. I'm looking at here. This is a scary looking. Purdy and Lawrence.
That's going to be probably. That actually brings me to a question I was remembering that I was going to ask you. What are we doing with BTJ?
I have a couple of leagues where I'm starting him. Those leagues I'm starting him were because I drafted him as my wide receiver 1 and I have to start him. I just don't have the option. Those aren't the teams where I have the or it's a team like I see here. I have T. Higgins, Rashid Shaheed. I got to play him. I have to play him and hope he breaks out of it.
Yep.
He's one of those players. Well, it's like that with a first-round pick, with most first-round picks. The years where you draft your 101 is CMC and you lose him for the season. Whoops, guess I'm done this year. Like you fight just to make the playoffs at that point. There's nothing you can do. Your first-round pick is a total bust. You stay the course. You hope it works out. You try and flip them. I had a few players I flipped this week. I acquired an insane amount of Rashee Rice this week.
Yeah.
Any
this is the time.
Any league where I was 2-1 or 3-0, I see the question. I'll get in a second. I traded for Rashee Rice on any team or any league where the team who owned him was winless or 1-2. I got him for Jameson Williams actually straight up in my work league, and I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, not bad.
Ask away. You got as many questions as you want. Last question: Ertz or Andrews in my other league? I'm hesitant about Ertz or Andrews because the last 2 games.
That was first.
I have Ertz, as I said, at 10. Andrews at 13. Let's check the matchup here.
Really? I think Andrews loosened up. I think he got his confidence back in that last game, so I'm taking him over Ertz.
You're the Andrews guy, though. You just said that.
I am. As an Andrews, my guy, and I am not trying to push my because he's my guy. I do think that he's I believe that he's going to have a start having some better weeks here. But yeah, go ahead.
I have Kelce at 9, Ertz at 10, Andrews at 13, actually, not 14. So they're all within 4 or 5. But to tell you how I feel about them, like Juwan Johnson and Hunter Henry are 7 and 8. So I think we're at the point where outside of maybe 3 tight ends, pretty much these guys, 4 tight ends. I like Tyler Warren too. These guys are all touchdown or bust, basically. I don't really expect. Oh, you also have. You're factoring in. I just thought of this. Isaiah Likely's back this week.
Oh, he is. still, Mark Andrews was really good with him on the field last year. So other than like the opening game,
Okay, maybe you're the Mark Andrews guy. See, I was the Mark Andrews guy last year, and I remember come week 5, mass dropping him for tight ends I had never heard of. So maybe this is an AJ Brown scenario where I just can't do this shit again with him. So
well, as soon as you dropped him, he took off because I did the same thing. I made a big trade to help my team. Andrews was a part of it. And right after I traded him, there he goes. He was like the tight end 2 or 3 for the rest of the season.
that's not encouraging me to start him this week.
No,
You're not winning me over here with that argument. That just
Listen,
pisses
man.
me off more. It means that I definitely want to take Ertz, which
Yeah,
is
you
why
just-
Andrews would be better.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's right. No, Mark Andrews is my call. You bring up good reasoning. This is a really tough call, but I just don't trust if Ertz doesn't get in the end zone, he's pretty much doesn't do anything. So Sanat's been on the field a lot. So Mark Andrews. And I don't think Isaiah Likely's just walking on the field all good to go now. So I think he gets pitch counted anyway. So Mark Andrews for me.
Chargers in a juicy matchup with the Giants. What are you doing with the receiving trio? 3 weeks of the season so far. Lad McConkey's been the 3rd out of 3 in all 3 weeks behind Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston. Is this finally Lad McConkey breakout season, or do we really start? Like, if this is 4 weeks in a row of him as the wide receiver 3 on this team, I hear people like starting to actually believe in Quentin Johnston, and they're at the end of the rope on Lad McConkey. How close are you to the cliff here?
Well, getting there. If QJ keeps it up, then Lad McConkey stays around like the 3rd wide receiver on the team. Yeah, like I'm trying to trade him or do something with Lad because it's not like he's done terribly. He just hasn't done great. And the balls get spread around a lot. I started Keenan Allen this week over Javonte Williams because of like at the beginning of the week, I was a little skeptical of Allen because he's been scoring a lot of touchdowns, but he's getting targeted 10 times a game. So why not? He's going to continue to. Who cares? So what? Maybe he scores another touchdown this week. So yeah, QJ and Keenan Allen are the two, like, just lock them in to start. And McConkey, if there's somebody with a better matchup as a whole, then maybe you play him. But I'm glad I don't have multiple of them in any leagues because this would be a headache. Or McConkey.
That was what I was going to say. I'm glad I have almost no McConkey and no Keenan Allen, because Keenan Allen was that late round dart throw where people just saved him based on the name, where I was like, if he could go last round, I'd take him, but he was going like round 10.
Yeah.
And Lad McConkey, I always just liked other guys more. I have some Quentin Johnston in those leagues where I have him. I'm starting him, but I'm glad I don't have any teams where I have to make like the Allen, McConkey, Quentin Johnston decision.
Yeah.
It's a bloody nightmare.
Allen, I was one of the guys taking Allen. Once he went back to the Chargers, I had that feeling like him and Herbert are super tight. I'm sure that Herbert was lobbying to get him back on the field. So, and it's showing. That's who he's looking when stuff is getting tough out there. He's getting some pressure. His eyes are going to Allen. He wants to get the ball to Allen. So, I like what I see so far. I think it'll be another good week for him.
I wish I had replaced. I have some late like Diggs, Cooper, Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp, and I kind of wish I had replaced those shares with shares of Keenan Allen, but I didn't really have any hope in any of them, so I'm not disappointed. You got any games in here, players you'd like to talk about specifically?
We just got a question. Jimbo
or Wandale. Xavier Worthy's back.
Yeah, give me Wandale. Taekwon had one good play. Give me Wandale.
This is a bad matchup, though. But I guess it's a bad matchup for Malik Neighbors, and maybe Wandale will be used as a check down machine here.
I've got this feeling, man. This is one of those. I don't have any major statistical data because Dart's playing his first game, but I think Neighbors might have a big game. So
you choose Wandale though?
But between the so sorry, I should have continued there.
Yeah, you lost me there for a second.
No, because you just brought up Neighbors, so I think Neighbors has a good game, but I think Wandale still has a better game than Taekwon because Neighbors is going to have a good game for a different reason than Wandale's going to have. Wandale's going to have a bunch of catches, not a lot of yards. I think Neighbors has like a handful of catches for decent yards and a touchdown or two. Wandale, I don't see getting in the end zone. I think, like I said, I think he gets like 8 or 9 catches for 50 something yards. It just gets you like a good PPR game.
Got anything that is piquing your interest in any of these matchups? I'm trying to scroll through for some storylines here. There's some ugly matchups, man.
Yeah, what was it? I actually had my thing pulled up here. Where is it? Hunter Henry and the Panthers. I think he's a good guy to start this week against the Panthers D, who's a little softer against tight ends.
I have him at 8.
Yes, yeah. DK Metcalf at Minnesota. I said to sit him, and I was wrong. He had one long touchdown, but hey, it counts. So
I started him everywhere. Actually, I hit him at wide receiver 24. I think that might be the highest I've had him all season.
Yeah.
I had him everywhere, but that's because you've seen some of the lineup decisions I've had to make, and some of them have not been pretty. So,
yep, I totally get it. Deebo Samuel, I have him sitting against Atlanta. I think they're going to do a lot of the same as last week. Ricky Pearsall, I really like Pearsall versus the Jags with Brock Purdy coming back. Tyreek Hill versus the Jets. That secondary struggling hard. I think Tyreek's a pretty good play this week for sure. Tyreek, it feels like Tyreek's back a little, not full back to his usual, but it feels like he's back a little bit. Tua's been trying to get the ball to him. They've been creating some plays to get the ball in his hands, and I feel like Tyreek Hill. I didn't get barely any Hill because of me being concerned, but he feels okay this year. I think you can.
I got some Hill. I got some of them just because he was so low. I was like, oh, 5th round, 4th round, sure, why not? The one that you were talking about that I don't know how to rank is Deebo. I was out on Deebo all off season. I was out in week 1. I was out in week 2. I was out in week 3. I'm in week 4, and now everybody's out in week 4, and I get it. There's no Jaden Daniels, but there's no Terry McLaurin. Atlanta's missing half their secondary. I
think my reasoning, at least, I won't speak for everybody, but I think my reasoning is the Atlanta's defense isn't bad. It's a tough matchup, and Terry McLaurin, I think, would help Deebo more than hurt him. And without Terry out there, most of the focus goes to Deebo. So now you're going to get like it's going to be weird, man. It's going to be like Ben Snott and Jalen Lane, like getting some random scores. It's going to be an odd game this week, I think, for the Washington offense.
Atlanta is a tough defense when they're healthy. They're missing their best players. At least one of them, for sure. That's why I think they were an up-and-coming defense. I don't think they're a defense I would avoid, and they're certainly not healthy.
Yeah, you don't have to be scared of their defense. I think just Deebo in a situation against a defense that has, that isn't a bad defense, I think that's more or less where I stand on Deebo for sitting him this week. Because there's probably, if you're looking at Deebo, you've probably got some other options, like, say, Ricky Pearsall or Tyreek Hill. Those are guys I would put in above him. I would even still start BTJ over him. To go back to BTJ, I think you need to start him. You need to start him because you got him probably in the 1st or 2nd round, and it's going to happen. Like, he's going to get back into it. It's just a matter of when.
I have Deebo at 17, 2 below Tyreek, 1 above BTJ, and 8 above Ricky Pearsall. I guess if I had the option, I would probably go Deebo over BTJ, but I don't imagine there's a lineup where I'm sitting either of them. I have them both ranked, like I said, 17, 18. So
okay.
I think you start them both.
Yeah, you can if you have them both. Yeah, I
guess. But.
There's a team I drafted. I drafted Malik Neighbors in the 1st round. Or no, sorry, CeeDee Lamb in the 1st round. And then Malik Neighbors at the start of the set. I had the turn. And then Malik Neighbors, and then I got BTJ somehow in the 3rd. And now CD's out. BTJ's had a tough start, and Neighbors has had a bad 3rd week. I felt like that team was a smash, and now I don't even know.
I swear I looked this and it was 24-6 Pittsburgh. It's 24-21 now.
Oh, what?
7 seconds to go in the fourth. I think Minnesota has the ball, but I'm not watching it. I just see the score. So Carson Wentz went off 350 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions as well. Rodgers had 200 and a touchdown, so not great from him. Kenny Gainwell, 19 carries, 99 yards and 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 35 yards, 35 burger in my work league.
If anyone did it.
Xavier Scott, 6 catches, 43 yards and a touchdown for 17 points. Jordan Mason, 16 carries, 57 yards, no touchdown for 13 points. Caleb Johnson, 6 carries, 22 yards.
Wow.
The receivers, we had Jefferson and DK both put up over 25. Jefferson, 10 for 126. DK, 5 for 126 and a touchdown. That's odd.
Nice, yeah.
Jordan Addison was a player I should have started. 4 for 114. Wow. Nobody else did anything of note. I guess Jalen Naylor put up 9 points because he scored. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, 4 for 39. Nothing of note on the other side. That's wow.
I was low on TJ before the season. A lot of people just gave me some pushback on it, and I told them like, no, I don't think it's gonna be it this year.
That is in fact a 24-21 final.
Yeah.
I remember who I had in the survivor pool, but it's not. Oh, I have San Fran in the survivor. How about that? That's a good question. I'm in the Fantasy Cares Scott Fishbowl survivor pool or whatever with like 180 people.
Yeah.
Who would you pick this week? Who's your survivor pick? I went San Fran over Jacksonville. I can't remember who I've used. I had used Seattle already in a previous week, so I couldn't use them.
That's San Fran over Seattle, or I mean San Fran over Jags that's a little scarier than I like, because the Jags, like you said, the defense is pretty good and they have some offense. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one, but probably.
Who's your pick then?
My pick, Denver over Cincy.
Yeah, I guess Denver over Cincy. Just Denver's look so hit and miss. They look like world beaters. Then who they lose to? Was it last week? I'm trying to find their schedule.
They lost to the Chargers on a field goal, I believe, right?
Yeah, they lost to Indy too.
And Indy. I mean, Indy's good. I don't think that the
problem. I think Indy's a fraud. Maybe that's why I'm lower on Denver, because I think the Colts are frauds.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I think that Bo Nix. I don't think that the Broncos are world beaters. I was never in that corner, but the Cincy struggles are too much, and it's all defense. Like the Broncos defense is just going to treat that offense like the Minnesota defense did last week. So I think it's like the safest play is probably the Broncos.
You know, the Bengals,
if you haven't picked them already.
The Bengals are 2-1. The Bengals actually have a winning record, and the Broncos are 2. So I agreed with you, and I switched it. Oh, that's the second Monday nighter, but so I switched to. Oh no, that you know why? That's why I did that. I hate playing the Monday night game.
The primetime games, yeah.
Shoot it all.
Yeah, man. I hear.
I had one year where I think I just picked the Thursday nighter every week. That way, I knew it was like, I don't have to worry about. I don't have to sweat it this week.
Yeah. What do you think about the Ravens and the Chiefs? What do you think about that game? Who do you think is winning that?
I can tell you, I never considered it for the sleeper for the survivor pool.
I'm confidently picking the Ravens. Even in the Chiefs win against the Giants, it was sloppy and gross. I think the Ravens their defense isn't great, but they're a good team as a whole. I think the Chiefs get beat up.
I think the Ravens are very angry after looking bad against the Lions, and I think the Ravens absolutely destroy the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think Henry's he's so mad, dude. Henry is going to eat some people alive this week.
Yeah. If anybody's out there, we got about 7-8 minutes here before kickoff. Get some chat questions in. Sit starts, trade questions. We got, like I said, about 7 minutes left.
Yeah, punch some questions in last few minutes. Let us know what you guys think, need, whatever it is.
This Titans-Texans game, 2-0-3 teams, is there a single must-start player in here? I know, okay, Nico. You're going to say Calvin Ridley, but Nico and Calvin Ridley, like...
Must-starts, I would say Tony Pollard. The soft spot in Houston's D is run game. And their offense is kind of meh. So I think the game doesn't get out of hand on either side. So Tony Pollard will get fed. So he's my big must start. It would have been Ridley, but he's scaring me right now. So I'm a little hesitant on him. I may have been wrong about the my guy thing. Listen, my information wasn't okay. It's just, yeah, I thought that we'd have a better
I
offense.
just think they're going to stack the box against them.
You think they stack the box? Yeah, they could. I mean, Cam Ward isn't bad. It's not that he can't throw the ball. It's just the scheming's been kind of meh. But if they stack the box and he gets some openings, I feel like he could have a good game. But not as likely as Pollard having a better game.
Carolina, New England. The only must start is what? Chuba. You probably start Tet. It's not a must start.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah. I never even thought of that. Yeah, Hunter
Henry.
I'd like to start
deep leagues
or Henderson, but
yeah, you don't know. Well, I think this week we might get a good gauge on what's going on in that backfield. And deep leagues, Booty. I would start Booty, and if you have like a third flex or something, I would do that.
He's another one where I have him on an insane amount of my benches right now. He just seems to be so boom or bust. Carolina, I don't know what to make. They look so bad, and then they look so dominant. Maybe Atlanta's just that awful, but
could be the offense just doesn't exist. Penix. I tried to tell people to simmer down off those last 2 games last year with Penix and London, and to hold up. It was only 2 games, and we don't know what's going on here. Then they came in the first week, and London had an okay game, and Penix had a good game. And then from there on, it's just been awful. So I don't really trust that offense other than Bijan right now.
This week, how many quarters does Kirk Cousins play?
How many quarters? Ooh. 3. If 3? Penix has a bad start, I think they go, we have to do something here. And they get Kirk O'Chains back in there. Kirk deserves a chance. He deserves to get some time in. He was coming off that crazy injury from the year before, and he had kind of a weird start, but they were winning some of those games. I think another year with his guys in the system, I feel like Kirk's the better cerebral quarterback right now, and I would want him out there commanding my team over Penix for the time being.
Really doesn't look like we have anyone else left in the chat. All questions answered, so I guess we'll call it unless give you a few minutes to go set your last minute lineup. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to the guys who dropped some questions in the chat for us.
Yeah, thank you.
Come back next week. We are also here. I'm live on the FFAN tomorrow for IDP Underground at 7. Then last call tomorrow night at 10.
You get to see us.
What was that?
You said you get to see us again.
Yes. And then Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, I'm here for the waiver wire show. So check that out. Yeah. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on the main FSAN channel too. So check that out. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Good luck today.
Yeah. Good luck today. Have fun.